Imagine a school where you can attend high school and study at a university at the same time. For 1 year, we put cameras inside Winnipeg's only high school at university to explore the difference that students here face.
I have 7 exams this term.
I'm put in an everyday social situation.
Join us as we meet the young adults that populate the school.
Students at the Collegiate are learning really well, learning from some of the best in our community.
And the people who will build our future. For several decades, it's been school tradition to start off the year with an event called Fall Outing. The whole school is bused to a mystery location where they will spend the day meeting their new classmates. This year, the Fall Outing is taking place at Harborview Park. Throughout the day, optional activities take place, including football, frisbee, volleyball, and tennis. Many students, however, make their own plans for the day. Around noon, students get to experience a rare treat. The school administration serves them lunch.
That's kind of
cute. Yeah.
After lunch, those who choose get to partake in relay races. One includes finishing a cracker and whistling for gym teacher Evan Maltman before racing back to their team.
Go. 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 Go.
Finally, it's the last activity of the day and the event's most iconic tradition, tug of war.
Okay, folks, you have a cone at the back of your grade. You must back your group up into that cone in order to win. When I say go, you may begin. On your mark, get set, pull, pull.
The annual Fall Outing has always been a favorite for students and staff at the school, and throughout the day, it becomes clear why. Eventually, it all comes to a close. Students board the buses again, new friends by their side, all filled with hope for the year to come. Grade 9 is the first year that a student can study at the Collegiate. The year is designed to help students adapt to a university environment. 9th grade Marion Dawson is not only a newcomer to the school, she's also new to Winnipeg.
Well, I'm initially from a place called Kinkham Inlet in BC. Stuff happened, but my mom, she was looking for another job, and she applied to APTN here in Winnipeg. One morning, my dad comes down with her cell phone and says, APTN called. And then later on, we figure out she gets the job. And so we're like, okay, we're moving to Winnipeg.
Moving to a new city meant finding a new school. For Marion, that choice was aided by her mother.
My mom told me about the Collegiate, looked it up, sounded amazing. Now, the only reason she told me about this school and only this school is that she wanted my schooling experience to be different than just like a regular school. And since this was a high school at a university, there's gonna have some extras on there.
Marion's experience at the Collegiate is a little different from others. Her first collegiate class was also her first class ever outside of a homeschool.
I'm put in an everyday learning/social situation. That's probably the biggest difference. I mean, when you're homeschooling, you're doing schooling at home. So, all you've got around you most of the time is your family. But to be put in a constantly learning situation, it's pretty interesting. I had troubles with it at first. Although I'm easing into it now after being here for, a while.
One course has stuck out for Marion, and that's drama, taught by Jolene Braun.
Miss Braun is amazing. I really like Miss Braun. She's my drama teacher and my English teacher. She's really helpful and I'd say really supportive when it comes to things.
At the beginning of the year, it's the responsibility of the students to elect a student council. This year, 2 teams of 4 are running. Jericho Nieves is running his team, called the TMNTP.
It stands for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Party, and yeah, it was a really clever idea made by Sinna. I've been here for 4 years, ever since grade 9, and I like to think that I know a lot of the students pretty well, and I do associate myself with the people in the grades below me, and I think that's a good thing,
Also running for Prime Minister is Ifut Sohi with her party, Collegiate Care.
Our party's name is Collegiate Care, like Obamacare but better. Our basic slogan is that we care about our student body, which is a really important theme in this whole campaign. We are really trying to introduce new events and activities. It's all about doing what for students and what they want.
If the TMNTP were to be the student council executives that were to be chosen, I think that would be a great thing because I really do sincerely feel that as a party we can bring change to the collegiate, hear all the concerns and thoughts of all our fellow friends and students, and do our best to accommodate them all.
5 days before the vote, candidates are allowed to start advertising their campaigns. In the computer lab, the TMNTP's Minister of Finance and Records, Emma Dudium, is working on their first poster.
4 mask colors, the eye holes or the eyes, and then voting info in the middle, and then 4 faces of turtles being us as the people running, and then our jobs next to them with our names, and then the title. That's it.
Someone's gonna...
Eventually, Jericho arrives to check in on his team's progress.
That should be fine. And for these are pretty much final, right? You just need to color over.
We'll just cut them closer and then color them.
Or are these just rough?
I was gonna just do another one.
Okay.
Today's the first day of campaigning. We've been really busy putting together posters. And yeah, I feel like we're off to a good start. I myself am really excited to get all of this started with. I feel that the campaign itself will be very fun, and my speech that will come up on Wednesday, I think it may be a little nerve-wracking, but I think I can do it.
The day before voting takes place, both parties must present a speech to the students at the school. Collegiate Care is up first.
You might all be saying to yourself, should Ifut really be running for the Student Council Prime Minister? After all, she's been here for only about 2 years. You all are right. It's true that I'm fairly new to the collegiate. At first glance, this may seem as a disadvantage. But when you think about it, though, it is actually a benefit in choosing someone who is from another place.
We are not only preparing for the election, but thinking forward as ahead too. If we are elected, how will we function as a team? So each individual, what type of position they're running for is based upon their abilities, what kind of mindset they have. Everyone has their own really good qualities, I guess, and it will benefit them if they get elected in that area.
If you vote for me as the Student Council Prime Minister, I will always try to get your opinions before making any decisions. You should have a say in the actions that will affect you. Every single one of you can come to me with your ideas, and I promise to listen to them and speak for you.
Following Collegiate Care's speech is the TMNTP.
I have been here since grade 9, and this is my senior year, so that'll make 4 years and counting. And throughout my experience here, I have found that there have been many developments since I first started. Assuming this role, even just campaigning, right? I think it has driven me to become more leader-like in a sense. And I just feel like I'm entitled to my responsibilities and I have to get them done, which I will. So, yeah.
Eventually, Election Day arrives. All students are invited to vote for their preferred Prime Minister, and the participation this year is quite impressive.
I think a lot of us, we have a lot of anticipation. We're just wanting to find out who won, whether we made an impact or not, and whether the students actually liked what we pitched to them.
It would definitely mean a lot to me. But even if we don't win, I have this frenemy kind of relationship with Jericho. He's a really nice person. So I wouldn't be that much disappointed, but I would be a little bit inside that we worked hard. And maybe sometimes it's just your destiny, I guess.
While the vote is taking place, the TMNTP seem to be taking it easy.
Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening.
Ifut, on the other hand, appears nervous.
It would be a really great opportunity and responsibility at the same time. So for me, it will be more of a responsibility that I want to complete and just hold the integrity of it, I guess.
The election results will be posted on the school's CCTV system after the last class of the day. A small crowd has already gathered early. Among them are the 2 candidates.
So nervous, so nervous. Oh no.
As the nerves get worse, the teams join together for support. The most support shown, however, is from Jericho and Ifut for each other.
Personally, I've been talking with the other Prime Minister, and we're both on good terms. We're friends, I'd say. I just got to know her this year. And, I'd proudly support them.
After nearly 15 minutes of watching the CCTV, the results seem to be taking their time.
I'm feeling very euphoric, and it just makes me really happy that all our fellow students supported us, and that just makes me feel really good. To Ifet personally, she had a great part in her campaign. I mean, she was the main speaker after all, and they were tough competition, and I just think they did a really good job. How are you feeling?
I feel disappointed.
Disappointed?
It's okay.
I feel sorry for you because you did a really good job, right? But I feel really euphoric. I mean, I'm sorry about that.
But I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm happy that you won because your policies are nice.
Thank you.
I'll help you out too.
See, we're good friends.
The Collegiate has a partnership with the Royal Winnipeg Ballet that allows for full-time dancers to study at the school. 12th grade Riley Krause is one of those dancers.
I love the training that I get. I love my friends. I don't love the weather, but I just really like it here.
Riley moved to Winnipeg in her grade 8 year, changing from a French immersion school to an all-English school. Coming to the Collegiate after all that proved to be a challenge.
Well, it was a really different year for me because I was going into high school. Back home in Edmonton, high school doesn't start till grade 10. So I was starting in grade 9 a little earlier than I thought I was going to be. Plus, it was my second year away from home. It was a lot to handle, but I dealt with it fine. I'm a ballet student, so I'm a pretty high achiever, and I was able to do the catching up I needed to do.
As a full-time RWB student, Riley also found it difficult at times to balance her workload.
I'm in the studio at 7:30 in the morning, and we don't start class until 8:30, and we dance until 12:15 with little breaks in between. And then we come to school for around 1-ish until 4 at the latest, and then we go back to ballet and we do more rehearsals, and I can dance up to 6 hours a day. I work so hard, and to be where I am, it's because I love what I do, and I love ballet.
All this hard work isn't for nothing. Every year, the RWB hosts a year-end show called Spotlight. This year, Riley's dreaming big.
I hope to get a bigger role in the year-end show that we do, Spotlight, because last year because of my knee, I wasn't in it at all, and that was kind of really hard on me to go to all the rehearsals and watch everyone dance and play different roles, and then they get to go on stage, and I got to watch it, but I wasn't allowed to do it. So come the new year, I'll start rehearsing for the year-end show, which I'll be in.
It's the end of October. Returning to the school after their first exams of the year, the students' minds are all set for the next big event, Halloween. Students are encouraged by the student council to wear costumes as a part of Spirit Week.
I'm a formal apology.
Over the lunch hour, a costume contest takes place, judged by the school's similarly dressed faculty. After some tough deliberation, Miss Dickens delivers the results.
So congratulations to each and every one of you, because you guys all put out a great effort, and that's awesome. Our grand prize winners are as follows. Miss Piggy.
Wait a second. We need to give a shout out to Ira, who has killed it every year that she's been at the Collegiate. And so can we give her a bit of a... We need to shout out people who obviously are, they're hooked into the zeitgeist. They know what's happening. Thank you very much for our two Stranger Things ladies. Poison Ivy. Thank you for getting there. Sebastian. I'm not sure how things are in the Shire, but it's raining outside. Perhaps our hobbit might have to change into some footwear. Thank you very much. From head to toe. And last but not least, thanks so much, Mr. T. I like a good pun.
Before long, it's already time for the last item before winter break, December exams. Marion's first exam is drama.
I really liked the drama one because that determined on our drama monologue for the exam, which went very well. Miss Braun really liked it, so I was really happy about that.
Following the drama exam was math, which Marion finished feeling less than confident.
I feel like I probably might have slightly been a bit worse than last time. Math is not my strongest subject, I'll say. And so I'm thinking I'm not going to get a great mark.
Not helping her stress level is the pressure put forward by the people around her.
I think when it comes to my friends, they'd be proud and probably try to help me in the ends I'm not great in. In terms of my family, my mom would probably tell me to work more on my math than I do my English. Because English is coming easy to me, I feel like I don't need to work on it as much, which is true. But that doesn't mean I work on my math when I'm not working on my English. So I think it would affect like my family in a way that they'd be proud, but they'd also be like, you should have done this.
Eventually, Marion decided to leave her comfort zone and take a new, different step.
I have a problem with getting help. I just feel like I should be able to do it on my own. So like this past exam, I've asked several of my teachers for help with things. Like when it comes to acting and doing actions in acting, that's not my strongest suit. So I asked my drama teacher, Miss Braun, for help with actions, and I showed her the monologue, and she's like, well, I think you should do this. I'm like, okay, thank you. And so like, I think even that, even though it was a small thing, it was a big step for me in asking for help.
And with the new year looming around the corner, Marion has only one hope for her school life.
I'm hoping that that will be the time my math grade will improve significantly, along with any other grade that I'm not doing so good in.
To help relieve the stress of December exams, the Collegiate hosts another annual event, the Holiday Cafe.
Take a breath.
This year, the Student Council has arranged for teachers and students to sing together, as well as a photo booth with proceeds going to a holiday hamper. A few days later, the stress level for students starts to sink in.
I've had 7 exams total.
Technically, this is the only actual exam that I have.
I have 7 exams this term.
Well, I only have 2 this term, if you don't count my drama monologue.
I have 7 exams in total.
I've written math, chemistry, bio, and geo.
Today I've got my math exam, and before I had my family studies exam, yeah.
English 30, biology 30, chem 30.
Choir, drama, geo, English.
Chemistry 30S, French 20F, pre-cal 30S.
Well, I feel like I'm gonna do well, you know.
I'm feeling all right.
A lot of them went really well. Others I could have prepared a lot better for, but that's okay.
It is stressful, but you do get through it.
You know what? I feel good. I was stressed at first, but I think it's the hard work that really pays off in the end.
I probably just failed geo, and then all the other ones I did really well.
For Riley, a touring performance with the ballet resulted in 2 weeks of missed classes, making it difficult to catch up.
Math, I like math, so because I missed those 2 weeks, I was fine. But for physics, it's a little different, so I'm gonna definitely study tonight.
Between rehearsals for the ballet, Riley admits that she spends many hours studying.
For one exam, like many hours. I can't even, like maybe like 5 or 6 hours. But that's spread out.
But there's something to look forward to at the end of exams, visiting home.
I'm really excited. I love going home and seeing my family. I still have a couple of friends at home that I've kept over the years since I've been here, so I see them. I love babysitting my cousins, so I babysit them and just hang out with family.
It's the new year. As students come back from their breaks, the country prepares to celebrate a big anniversary, Canada's 150th birthday. Across the country, 150 students were chosen to travel across Canada to forums in Vancouver, Montreal, Halifax, and Winnipeg. Of those 150, 34 came from the Collegiate. 10th grade Alora Gibbons was not only selected to go to Halifax, she's also receiving another gift.
I'm about to receive $150 from the RBC down the street to go towards Winnipeg Silo Mission.
Alora's geography teacher, Jennifer Jansen, couldn't be prouder.
We started this project in September, and you know, you start something and you have no idea when you do it the first time how it's going to turn out, so you just sort of wing it, and we did that, and it turned out wonderful.
Today, 2 representatives of RBC arrive at the school to take a picture with Alora. The perfect location for a picture like this is on the 3rd floor in front of the stained glass window.
Okay, I'm not in this photo shoot, so
That's me.
You want in the middle then?
Sure.
And then you can hold this.
Every RBC branch was given a $150 package to award to the local youth. The Portage and Edmonton branch chose Alora. Miss Jansen takes this as an opportunity to showcase the artistic talents at the school.
So they wrote about a number of different issues. So Laura's was a video about homelessness, but this one was about e-waste, and then another student did some work on looking at immigration issues. And
that was really cool, actually. I thought it was cool that I get the chance to be more help to the project that I was doing. So like helping the homeless and giving them more things that they need for the shelter. I think I'm actually going to contact Al Foster again and ask him exactly what he needs for the shelter. So I'm thinking of, one of the things he mentioned was getting the laundry detergent. So I'm thinking of doing that, and then maybe some other hygienic products that they need at the homeless shelter. But yeah.
Since the new year began, one of Marian's biggest hopes has come true. Her math mark is improving.
I'm guessing they probably have. I mean, I feel like they have, which is probably a good sign, because that's one of the subjects where my grade is lower. That and French and science.
This newfound success in her math course has brought Marian to an important realization.
Back in December and before then, also part of my personality, I do not like asking for help. So like that's probably one of the reasons why I wasn't doing as great in math, because I would not ask for help. And like I still have a hard time with it today, but it's better.
However, her mother's work contract is ending soon, which means Marian could possibly be moving back to BC.
Other than the fact that it's most likely going to happen, since exams happen in April, and I don't think I'm registered for the spring session. So chances are I won't be around after April exams. But like my mom's work either ends in June or July. So I'll be in Winnipeg, just not here.
Moving back to BC has a sense of uncertainty, the biggest being what will happen to her new friendships.
We don't talk about too much, for reasons that, like, it saddens us. We've gotten more close than the first day. And, we've shared stuff and we've hanged out and had fun. It's something that we can't deny, really. And it's something that's going to happen beyond our control. So it's most likely going to be talked about at some point. Don't know when. I'm hoping before April exams.
You're gonna miss them.
Yeah. There's no denying it. I mean, I've come to really like them. And I've hanged out with them a lot. And they're really great friends. So, it's gonna be hard. I'm just gonna be a pop and go.
With Valentine's Day just around the corner, Jericho and his student council have put together candygrams to be sold.
I was building these, so we get some pink gumballs at the bottom and then some cinnamon hearts and then some chocolate hearts. And there's a little lollipop on the tag somewhere. So that's 2 tags.
Students write messages in the candygrams to their friends, partners, or secret lovers. On Valentine's Day, members of student council deliver the candygrams personally to their recipients. Among the couriers is the Prime Minister himself.
Oh, thank you.
And no one is in there. Okay. I need to find a random special person. Oh, it burns. What? It literally says random special.
Jericho, I'm special. I'm special.
I'm gonna try and find someone who's like alone. Someone just gave in money and they wrote a card to a random special person, and it shall be delivered at any time, any slot, any class, to anyone. So that's really interesting. I think I'm gonna go to the music room because there's always random special people in there. And I actually delivered both of them, so that was interesting. I chose a random person in the band class, and I think it turned out well.
Throughout the year, several political figures speak to the students at the Collegiate. This year, Ms. Jansen has arranged for Mayor Brian Bowman to speak to the students.
So I just want to welcome Mayor Bowman here for today. He's going to talk to you about the things we've been discussing in class, issues about urbanization and what's happening in Winnipeg. So he's going to talk for a few minutes and then open up the floor for questions. So if we could all give him a round of applause for coming today.
Good morning. How are you guys doing? Yeah? We're building a city for the future, and that future will involve our younger leaders stepping up to take their place in positions of leadership. And so we're seeing it right now with many young leaders in our community, but I want to encourage the future mayors of the city of Winnipeg, future premiers and future prime ministers to take their place. And my experience visiting every high school in Winnipeg has been incredibly encouraging. The youth are engaged, they've got great ideas, and quite frankly, I think politicians need to listen more, and I'm trying to do that, and that's why I'm visiting every high school in Winnipeg. But I want to encourage each of you to consider running for mayor, running for premier, or running for prime minister one day. And if you think that that is beyond your grasp and beyond your capabilities, you're wrong. Here's why. When I was in high school, if anybody had told me that I would be mayor one day, I would have laughed pretty hard. Certainly my marks would not have indicated that I was destined for a leadership role. What I found here with the level of question and level of knowledge behind each of the questions were just wonderful. I think students at the Collegiate are learning really well, are learning from some of the best in our community, and I have very high hopes for the students here when they get a chance to run this city. Thanks, guys.
It's getting close to the end of the year, and that means Riley has found out what her role in the ballet's year-end show will be.
In Raymonda, I'm learning the core part, so the corps de ballet. And then in Reminiscence, it's a contemporary piece, so I'm also in the core part of that. And we do some duet work. And in Carmina, I'm also in the core.
As Riley's in grade 12, her graduation is also approaching. Unlike most schools, Collegiate students graduate in April.
It's just crazy because I'm not doing spring sessions, so I will be done school forever after this week, which is pretty crazy.
The most exciting thing for Riley about graduating earlier is having the safe grad party sooner.
Well, I mean, I'm a girl, so you have to get everything. You have to get the dress, the shoes, the jewelry, made my hair appointment. I'm just getting so excited. Got my tickets and everything, and my family's coming, which I always love. So.
Though the excitement to graduate still resonates, Riley admits there is some stress.
I definitely have nightmares of looking at my report card and it's I failed. And not failed as in below 50, but failed in my head, because failed to me is not the same as 50 or below.
What does a fail to you?
Below 75. I used to live in Winnipeg, and I was doing okay in school. I was pretty young. Then I moved to Edmonton, and the school system there is pretty difficult. So I was not doing so well in school, and it made me sad. It wasn't my parents pressuring me to do well in school at all. My parents never told me that below 75 is a fail. But I just found that I wanted to be better than 75.
Regardless of nightmares, Riley feels ready to take on the world.
I think it'll feel really cool. I think when you're young, it's scary to be that independent and be on your own and to be an adult, but it used to be scary, but now I'm just excited.
And even though she's soon leaving the Collegiate, the impact the school has made on her is clear.
I was so young, and I feel like I've become someone. I mean, I always know that my parents were proud of me, but I think I've definitely become someone that my parents are really proud of, which makes me happy.
The Student Council has organized many successful events throughout the year. Now it's time for their last, Coffeehouse. Coffeehouse is the Collegiate's version of a talent show. All students are invited to perform any piece of their choice. Admission cost is a food donation to Winnipeg Harvest.
All right, so for our next performer, I have had the pleasure of being in choir with her, and she's just a lovely all-around person, and apparently she can act too, and I didn't know this until I saw the sound check, and it was fantastic. So please welcome Marion.
And the priestess spoke again and said, "Speak to us of reason and passion." And he answered, saying, "Your soul is oftentimes a battlefield, upon which your reason and your judgment wage war against your passion and your appetite. Would that I could be the peacemaker in your soul?"
For every grain of sand upon the beach, I've got a kiss for you. And I've got more left over for each star that twinkles in the blue.
You and me have seen everything to see, from Bangkok to Calgary.
My birthday, I was 10, and all I wanted was a ballerina Barbie in her pretty pink tutu. You know what they got me? Malibu Barbie. That's not what I wanted. That's not who I was. I was a ballerina, graceful, delicate.
Even collegiate alumni like Nicole Nieves are invited to perform.
What I'm going to miss most about the Collegiate is how diverse it is. You can have very different people come together in this one place and still be able to function, to disagree but respect each other's opinions, to be who you are without being thoroughly judged. The diversity, it's full of that. It's full of change because of its diversity. So that's probably what I'm gonna miss the most.
Oh, let me tell you some things that make me